From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope everyone out there had a fantastic weekend. It's going to be a very different week of weather for this week, as we'll have chances for showers and thunderstorms throughout most of this week. Highs cooler this week, so we'll be in the 60s and 70s, at least for lower elevations. And the cooler and wetter weather is going to help out with the smoke and haze situation overall. We're already tracking some wetter weather this morning in the Cascades. A light shower starting to formulate. Looks like some of those trying to get into the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. We'll continue to track that throughout the rest of this morning. Also, air quality still looking pretty lousy around the Labor Mountain fire. That is what we were kind of expecting for this morning, but this situation should improve throughout the course of the week with, again, cooler and wetter weather. Right now, temperatures are in the 50s and 60s across the map. 64 for Walla Walla, 55 for Sunnyside. I would assume we'd be rather either 52 to 53 degrees in the Tri-Cities. So on this Monday for lower elevations, it's going to be overcast. We're going to have chances for showers and thunderstorms. I'll time that out with futurecasts, and also I'll show you how all the fires responded to the weather over the weekend. That's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, new images showing the hazardous conditions on Highway 97 as crews continue to battle the Labor Mountain fire. We have the latest updates on containment and what the weather this week could mean for crews. Plus, a late-night high-speed chase ends in multiple arrests while leaving a surrounding neighborhood in the dark. How police caught the driver who crashed and ran, and who else got taken into custody as a result. Also, if you saw more officers on the streets over the weekend, there was a good reason for it. It was all in memory of a fallen trooper. With how officers honored the late trooper Christopher Gadd while keeping our roads safer. All the details and more is all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, September 29th. Now we want to get right into your top stories, and we're starting off with fire watch as Highway 97 remains closed this morning as crews continue battling the Labor Mountain fire, and the smoke is still heavy across the region. Firefighters are working around the clock to protect homes and maintain containment lines, but officials say safety is still the top priority. So photos from NW2 Incident Commander Tim Sexton shows dangerous conditions along Highway 97. There's smoke, falling trees, rolling rocks, and active fire equipment are keeping the road closed for now. Crews are focused on containing the fire. On the east side of the highway, dozer lines are being constructed. Hotshot crews are working to hold the fire north along 7204 road, and tactical firing operations are underway where it's safe. Structure protection teams are also out in full force, safeguarding homes in Camas Lands, Blewett Pass, and the Valley High neighborhoods. They're assessing damage, preparing lines, and even helping with infrastructure repairs along Ingalls Creek. And with smoke still heavy, air quality remains unhealthy from Entiat to Wenatchee and along the Columbia River. Fire officials say conditions will continue to be monitored closely, and updates will be shared as roads can safely reopen. And all this as fire crews are continuing their work on the Wildcat fire in Yakima and Pierce counties, with structure protection and fuel reduction taking center stage. And while growth has slowed, firefighters aren't letting their guards down, keeping resources in place to protect homes and neighborhoods. Now, yesterday, crews focused on Goose Prairie, establishing dozer lines and removing fuel along Bumping Lake Road to protect properties and reduce fire risk. Command of the fire will transfer from the Southeast Washington Incident Management Team to a local Type 3 team this morning, with the U.S. Forest Service Natchez Ranger District taking over. Now, fire crews are closely monitoring weather this week as they attempt to predict fire behavior for the coming days. And with this, we'll turn now to our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth for a closer look at those conditions that fire crews are watching for and how this week's weather could impact their efforts. Josh, what can you tell us?
Yeah, I think we're going to see some good impacts from the weather for this week. Could be a little bit breezy. That's the bad news, but cooler and wetter, like I said, ad nauseum at the top of the show. And we'll continue to say throughout the rest of the show, as I would anticipate that pattern flip to increase containment and to keep acreage at bay. But you can see, I'll just have to step off the map here as we have active hotspots all over the map still with the Labor Mountain fire. This unfortunately did jump US 97 as we feared it would. You see we have just oodles and oodles of evacuations, level 1, level 2, and level 3 evacuations in place for Chelan and Kittitas County, although it looks like the level 3 go now evacuations are just in Chelan County. You can find an interactive map of this online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Then we'll take you down to the Wildcat fire burning in northwestern Yakima County. This one also saw a flare up over the weekend. It's that northeastern side of the fire that continues to be the problem spot, but we're seeing some flare ups on the southern and on the western flank as well. Containment did jump up over the weekend by 2%. We're now 8% contained and sort of nestled in between 11 and 12,000 acres big. So that pattern flip, like I mentioned, much more fall-like for this week. I'll tell you about that coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. Now, to new information this morning, police have arrested a Kennewick man after a dramatic hit and run and high-speed chase last night. Officers say Arturo Polito Barragan refused to stop for a traffic stop, speeding through northbound streets before he crashed his car. After the crash, he tried to flee but was quickly located and taken into custody. Police also arrested the person who helped him leave the scene. The crash caused a temporary power outage in the 3,700 to 4,000 blocks of West Clearwater Avenue, and crews are working to restore electricity. Investigators say the case is still ongoing. Now to Pasco, police are investigating a crash involving a blue Mustang that occurred early Sunday morning. Officers say the car ran through a stop sign and continued through multiple fences before coming to a rest on a grassy area. When officers arrived, the driver was no longer at the scene. Police later made contact with the registered owner by phone, agreeing to meet, but the suspect never showed. The vehicle has been recovered and is being held pending a search warrant for potential evidence. Authorities ask anybody with information about this incident to contact Pasco Police through their non-emergency dispatch number. Now, it was a busy weekend for Kennewick Police, so take a look at this video. On Saturday, officers responded to the 3300 block of West 19th Avenue after reports of a truck in the canal. So when police arrived, they found the truck fully submerged with the driver still inside. After investigating, the driver was arrested on suspicion of DUI. And all this as troopers across the Pacific Northwest increased patrols this weekend to honor the memory of 27-year-old Christopher Gadd. Gadd, a Washington State Patrol trooper, was struck and killed by a drunk driver near Marysville last March while working a DUI patrol. He had been with the agency for less than 3 years, and in his memory, troopers in Washington, Idaho, and Oregon, along with Marysville police, conducted extra DUI-focused patrols as part of a campaign called One More Stop, and it's a reference to Gadd's final words before the crash. Gadd's death is a reminder of the risks that law enforcement officers face every single day. And since the agency's founding, 33 WSP troopers have died in the line of duty, including 6 from vehicle-related incidents. Now, the Benton County Sheriff is stepping down despite having more than a year left on his term. Sheriff Tom Croskrey is set to resign from his position by the end of the month. According to attorney Alan Harvey, Sheriff Croskrey came out of retirement in 2021 to take over the office from the former sheriff who was recalled. Harvey says Sheriff Croskrey feels the office is in good hands and has a stable command staff. Harvey also says the sheriff feels he has achieved the goals that he established when taking over the command about 4 years ago. The Benton County Commissioners will appoint an acting sheriff at their next meeting set for September 30th. That is tomorrow. Now, looking ahead today, Richland families, take note of this. The new playground at Howard Amon Park is closing today for repairs. So city officials say the temporary closure will last through Wednesday, October 8th, and this is to fix cracks in the playground's rubber safety surfacing. Fencing will be placed around the area while contractors complete their work, and reopening will depend on weather and the curing process. Officials emphasize the closure is necessary to make sure the repairs are done safely for everybody. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, in your national headlines, we turn to Portland, where a protest outside an ICE building escalated after dark. Hundreds marched peacefully earlier, but the night brought tear gas, confrontations, and a circling helicopter. What both protesters and local leaders are saying about the National Guard's presence is all coming up next. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
There's no place like home at Legends Casino Hotel. Every Thursday in October, join us for the Wicked Winnings cash drawings with up to $180,000 in cash prizes. Use your Legends rewards card to earn entries, and you could step up to the game board for a chance at a witchy $10,000. Click your heels, follow the yellow brick road, and leave those flying monkeys at home, because you're not in Kansas anymore. You're at Legends Casino Hotel.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining tables and chairs, bedrooms, and much, much more. Plus, 48 months, no interest, and no down payment. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Some problems include pain in the hips, back, or chest. Get more at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Memorial Health. Prostate cancer awareness starts here. This is how we care.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi, I'm showing off my clearer skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And most people were clearer even at 5 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
It's Monday night and the stakes hit different. Who Dey Nation is feeling something to prove. In Mile High against Bo's Broncos, thin air is turning into thick pressure. Feeling Monday Night Football on ABC. Bengals, Broncos at 8.
Fall colors. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and show you futurecast upper level smoke over the next couple days. And with this pattern flip, with some rainfall in the forecast, I'm thinking that our air quality situation should improve over the next couple days. So as we put this into motion, you can see that we are expecting some flare-ups once again of these two fires burning in the Cascades, the Wildcat Fire and the Labor Mountain Fire. But you see the bulk of the thickest upper level smoke and at times surface smoke is going to be in those portions of Yakima and Kittitas counties. For the rest of us, looks like we'll keep pretty good air quality, and it looks like the air quality is going to be even better on Tuesday, except for in those areas downwind of those fires in the Cascades. But for the rest of us, things looking a-okay. Okay, so for today, we'll have chances of showers and thunderstorms. Looks like for the most part, it's going to be a mostly cloudy to overcast day. High temperatures in the 70s and 80s, mostly 70s for lower elevations, than 50s, 60s, and 70s up in the mountains. Definitely cooler in the Cascades as opposed to the Blues. Wind gusts a little bit breezy across the map for today. And then for tonight, more widespread chances of showers and thunderstorms. Overnight low is going to be down into the 30s and 40s in the Cascades, 40s and 50s for the rest of us. And winds a little bit calmer for the valley, still breezy for the rest of us. Here's a breakdown of precip chances. Thunderstorms looking likely today in the Cascades, about a 50-50 chance in the Kittitas Valley, and a little bit less likely for the rest of us. But I'll time all this out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines this morning, we're looking to Oregon, where more than 100 people gathered in Portland last night, and this was to protest the deployment of the National Guard to federal buildings. What started off as a peaceful rally turned tense after dark, with clashes near the ICE facility and law enforcement using tear gas to disperse crowds. Jennifer Singh has more.
More
than 100 people showing up outside of the Portland ICE facility Sunday evening, denouncing President Donald Trump's decision to deploy the Oregon National Guard to protect federal buildings. Things starting out peaceful in the early hours, the story changing once again after the sun went down, where we saw tear gas deployed, at least one fight break out amongst protesters, and a helicopter circle overhead. The clashes around the ICE building are a main reason some Portlanders say more federal officers are needed to keep the peace, while some state leaders and community members say the troops are there to escalate tensions.
What I do think is taking the bait will incite further exacerbation of the challenges, and Donald Trump is watching video of what's happening down there. I would love it if we keep that as quiet as possible, leave flowers, walk by peacefully, but agitation down there is just going to backfire on all of us.
Representative Maxine Dexter, Governor Tina Kotek, and Portland Mayor Keith Wilson spreading that message at a peaceful rally earlier Sunday afternoon, marching alongside hundreds of people through downtown Portland.
To have them out here standing in solidarity, that means everything. So it's very encouraging and heartwarming.
I believe in our city leaders, and I believe in our own citizenry to take care of our streets and to take care of our communities.
Protesters say they are far from done and will plan future demonstrations as many community members and local leaders urge President Trump to step back.
I think Portlanders will continue to be loud and we will continue to peaceably protest. We always do a great job of practicing our First Amendment rights and practicing our right to assemble, and we do it alongside our children, alongside our grandparents, alongside our teachers, and everybody else in our community.
And the tension over federal troops in Portland isn't just happening on the streets. Oregon and the city of Portland have filed a federal lawsuit arguing that the administration overreached and acted unlawfully in deploying the National Guard. Now we'll continue to follow both the legal battle and the protests as the story develops, so stay with us. And keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbert is back with how your weather is looking this week. It's all coming up in his First Alert weather forecast, which is right after the break.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
we wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Bengals, Broncos, Monday Night Football tonight at 5 on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and time out the rest of today and tomorrow with Futurecast radar, and we put this in motion. Come time for lunchtime, looks like that leading edge of rainfall could start to try to get into the Kittitas and Yakima valleys around dinner time, maybe just a little bit before dinner time. You can still see a few light showers, mainly along the periphery of our viewing area. But then after that, could get another round of some rainfall moving through the area. Now by midnight, looking pretty dry, but then looks like we'll have some more active weather into tomorrow. The day is going to start off dry, but around lunchtime, that next round of rainfall up in the Cascades, trying to get into the valleys. 5 p.m. looking pretty widespread, maybe a little bit drier in the foothills. And then 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you can see some more widespread rainfall on the map. And then we have another storm system as we head into Wednesday and Thursday that we'll talk about in just a second. But first, for the next couple days, 0.5 to 0.6 inches of rainfall up in the Cascades. Excellent news for firefighters working on both of those fires up that way. And then around 0.2 inches of rainfall for the Blues. For lower elevations, we'll struggle to pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. Now that next storm system for Wednesday and Thursday, here's some of the precip chances for Wednesday. Thunderstorms looking likely in the Cascades, likely in the Blues, not as likely for the rest of us. And then by Thursday, still likely for some of our Cascade passes, especially for US 2, US 12, and Interstate 90. Just a few leftover sprinkles for the rest of us. In fact, looks completely dry in the lower Columbia Basin. So some of the rainfall totals from storm system number 2, kind of comparable, around 1/2 inch in the Cascades, maybe a little bit less for the Blues this time around, 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. So again, just to kind of break it down once again to visualize it a different way, storm system number 1, Monday and Tuesday, storm system number 2, Wednesday and Thursday. After that, looking a lot drier. Maybe a few showers possible this weekend. Doesn't look like it's going to be a washout, and high temperatures in the Tri-Cities staying in the low to mid 70s for the most part, could drop down into the mid 60s as soon as Sunday. So here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Little chance of showers for Wednesday, a little chance of a shower on Saturday as well, but otherwise a mostly dry forecast. And then in the Yakima Valley, highs in the 60s and 70s, looking much drier after Thursday. And then in Ellensburg, not as windy as last week, will be a little bit breezy though, especially for the first few days of this week, and about a 50-50 chance of some thunderstorms for today. A little bit less active after that. Then for Hermiston, a little chance of a shower for today, almost a 50-50 chance of some rainfall on Wednesday. Then another little sprinkle is going to be possible over the weekend. And finally for Walla Walla, looking a little wet, a little cool for this week. But when I say cool, really what I mean is room temperature 68 for Thursday. That's what do you keep your thermostat at?
You mean Hallelujah. Oh, I do 68 to 69.
Yeah,
that's kind of that sweet spot.
Same thing.
Yeah, and I think it's because we're Southerners, so we kind of need it. I think people up here do it at like 65 or 66, and that's just way too cold. Because I'm always in my robe too.
Yes.
So I like to bundle up.
I want to keep it cold enough in my apartment where I can have on a sweatshirt or some joggers or something. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, keep it here because coming up next, we're talking everything from haunted houses to heroic battles to a dollhouse adventure. We're breaking down the weekend box office winners and who came out on top. It's all coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
Prosser Memorial Health board-certified general surgeon Dr. Ashley McManus is now caring for patients at Prosser General Surgery Center. Dr. McManus brings extensive experience in general, breast, colorectal, endocrine, and soft tissue surgery, along with advanced training in robotic and minimally invasive procedures. To schedule an appointment, call the Prosser General Surgery Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts, sponsored by Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, supporting Bikes for Tykes, giving away bikes and helmets to area kids. Click Bikes for Tykes at applevalleyNewsNow.com to see how you can help.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. I offer negotiable commission, 100% free staging, and top-notch marketing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression. As you wish.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines, the weekend box office had a little bit of everything. Horror, anime, kids movies, and even Leo DiCaprio leading the charge.
While some scares landed, others didn't pack quite the same punch. So here's David Daniel with this week's top 5 in movies.
Who are they? Why are they doing this?
Does there have to be a why? The Strangers Chapter 2 opened in 5th place, scaring up $5.9 million.
There's an evil here. Something I've felt before.
The Conjuring Last Rites made $6.9 million, falling to 4th place. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Infinity Castle took 3rd place with $7.1 million.
What's wrong? This is a dollhouse problem.
Gabby's Dollhouse the movie, based on the streaming series for preschoolers, rolled out in 2nd place, earning $13.7 million.
My child comes from a whole line of revolutionaries. And you look so lost.
One Battle After Another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, debuted on top. Paul Thomas Anderson's critically acclaimed comedic action thriller opened with $22.4 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Have you seen any of those? I haven't either. But you know what I did finally watch? K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh, yeah?
And it's so good.
Is it?
I've been missing out. I'm obsessed. Like, I've already seen it twice, and I watched it for the first time Friday.
Yeah, the animation of that, at least from the little bits and pieces that I've seen, reminds me of the animated Spider-Man movies,
Yes.
which I really like.
Yeah,
Was
and
it sort of those vibes a little bit?
I think so. I think it's, like, adult-friendly as well. Like,
Yeah.
Just, and the songs are so good. So
I'll have to check it out.
You have to. All right, keep it here because coming up next, a letter to ICE from Yakima County sparked outrage last week. Critics say it stigmatized immigrant families and invited federal enforcement into local markets. We'll break down all the details And also, if you want to see the inner workings of the Port of Benton, you can next month. They're hosting a free public bus tour and making many stops. We'll tell you where exactly all in our next half hour, but first we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a big potential deal in the gaming world. EA, the maker of popular football and soccer video games, is reportedly in advanced talks to go private. The Wall Street Journal reports a roughly $50 billion deal could be announced as soon as next week. Snapchat is putting a cap on the amount of snaps and stories you can save. The company just introduced a paid storage option for its Memories feature, 100 gigs of storage for $1.99 a month. There are still no charges for anybody using less than 5 gigs. And finally, Apple is said to be testing updates to Siri using an internal chatbot. It's called Veritas. Bloomberg says it resembles other chatbot apps like Gemini and ChatGPT, but the public is likely never to see it. The report says Apple plans to keep Veritas internal. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Perry Russum. Have a great day.
Airwick's cordless essential mist diffuser's perfectly portable fragrance is for the type of person who's always inviting friends to come on over, babe. With adjustable fragrance levels and a wide range of quick change scents, Airwick Essential Mist creates an inviting ambiance every time you host. So you're always ready for anyone to come on over, baby. Airwick, always fragrant, always inviting.
Why is Special K so special? The multi-grain flakes? Oh, right, I see, it's the real fruit. Oh, wait, can you go back to the berries? Special K, special for a reason.
You founded your kayak company because you love the ocean, not spreadsheets. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, 3-degree guarantee. How are we doing?
We're doing good. There was a lot of discussion last week about how you're my good luck charm, and I was a little nervous about the jackpot failing.
So I'm not your good luck charm.
Maybe.
Now I'm kind of sad.
Maybe. Good news, bad news?
Or maybe it'll just get even better.
I think overall it's good news, as the jackpot is now up to $375 on Friday. With a forecast high of 74 in Pasco Tri-Cities, verified at 76. So the jackpot went up by $25. So for today, going with a forecast high of 77 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 74 to 80, jackpot's going to hit $400. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, bottom line for the forecast, we'll have chances for showers and thunderstorms throughout much of this week with 2 different storm systems, one for Monday and Tuesday, the next one for Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures staying cool, staying fall-like for this week, and the combination of both of those ingredients should help out with containment efforts of the fires in the Cascades, and in turn should help out with the smoke and haze situation overall. This morning, First Alert Radar showing you some very light showers in the Cascades, trying to get into the Kittitas Valley as well. And we will see chances for showers and thunderstorms. Like you saw, we'll have many chances for that throughout the week. Right now, air quality looking pretty lousy up towards Blewett Pass, Cle Elum, Roslyn, Leavenworth, those areas around the fires burning up in the Cascades. For the rest of us, just moderate reductions to air quality. This morning, temperatures mostly in the 40s and 50s. We are seeing some mid-60s in Walla Walla. Your hourly forecast on this Monday in the Tri-Cities, overcast throughout the day. Our best chances for rainfall going to be this evening. So for today, chances for showers and thunderstorms. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now we start this half hour of news in Yakima, where the health board is backtracking after a letter they approved sparked major backlash. The letter, which called out unlicensed food vendors and was even sent to federal agencies, including ICE, has now officially been retracted. Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed spoke with County Commissioner Amanda McKinney, who originally wrote the letter, and she says she's standing by it.
It is the policy, because we also work with the state, that our police officers do not interfere with ICE, but they do not help ICE as well.
The board unanimously approved the letter last month, written by Commissioner Amanda McKinney. It described unlicensed food vendors as part of a dangerous criminal enterprise and cited health and safety concerns.
It's publicly inviting federal immigration agents into our city, terrifying families who are already terrified, and destroying what little trust remains in public health in this community.
But outrage followed when the letter was made public, with critics calling the wording discriminatory and pointing out it was also sent to ICE.
Frankly and wholeheartedly, shame on all of you.
Dozens of people packed this week's board meeting, saying the language stigmatized immigrant families and invited federal enforcement into local markets.
I mean, is this what Yakima County stands for?
ICE officers are untrained and unqualified. We have seen them act with physical brutality.
I spoke directly with Commissioner McKinney, who authored the letter. She told me she stands by it, insisting it was never meant to target people, but rather to call out unsafe, unregulated businesses.
And quite frankly, you know, with our history of missing and Indigenous women in our community, and with the advent of massive amounts of people who are illegally crossing our borders, of course, when they come and they don't have a way to earn income, they're going to be more likely to fall victims of crime.
Still, another commissioner, Kyle Curtis, admitted the wording was hurtful and divisive. He led the push to retract the letter, and he's now drafting a new version with input from community members ahead of the October meeting.
But this has been a great discussion. I think we have consensus that we want to rewrite the letter. I think we have consensus that we still view that there is an issue that needs to be addressed.
You know, a lot of people were kind of pushing back. What would you say to them?
I understand that people are leery of having law enforcement around, and there's a bit of a feeling of, you know, well, it's too expensive to comply. And I simply think that is an unfair assessment. I absolutely stand by the original letter. I think it adequately describes the issue as it was heard by the board.
Now, the next meeting for the Yakima County Board of Health is scheduled for Wednesday, October 29th, and we will keep you updated. Now, the Port of Benton is giving the community a closer look at its facilities and future projects. Next month, the Port is offering a free public bus tour, which starts at 8 in the morning. The tour begins at the Port's main office in Richland, and it'll make stops at the Richland and Prosser airports, as well as Prosser's Vintners Village and Wine and Food Park, and also the Clore Center. People will also get a look at the site of the future Northwest Intermodal Facility, which was made possible by a recent land swap with the City of Richland.
Hosting a public tour on October 1st. Please see our website if you'd like to be a part of that tour and see a little bit of what we've got planned for this project. Following up on that, working with industry as well as our partners and community, we're having a rail information night on October 20th.
And that tour will also highlight the Port's rail network and provide updates on several capital projects across the district. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking new car prices as they've hit record highs, and so many buyers are turning to the used car market, but finding the right one can be tricky. Coming up, Consumer Reports has tips on how to buy smart, save money, and drive away with peace of mind. It's all coming up after the break.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Your Monday morning starts with football, Stephen A. and GMA.
Here I am.
And Lionel Richie and Tim Allen are here live this morning only on
Good Morning America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Form or function. Should we push the timeline? Will it hold? Should we outsource? What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give
give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster,
Even cheaper. Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days. And a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $279 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, it's easier than ever to get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone 17 Pro is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate pro camera system.
Oh, that's even more thrilling.
You don't have to trade in your old phone, so there's nothing stopping you from getting the new iPhone.
Nice. I kind of wish someone would stop me, though, so I can get the new iPhone. Oh.
Thanks for riding.
No, thank you.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Shifting Gears, the #1 new comedy is back.
He has arisen.
With big guests. And a big home improvement reunion.
Hey, buddy.
That guy's a tool.
Shifting Gears, season premiere Wednesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to track this light rainfall that's approaching the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Already seeing some light rain over Natchez, and it looks like the rest of the valley's untouched for now, but could see some more light rainfall a little bit later this morning. It's definitely something we're going to be keeping a close eye on throughout the rest of this morning. Right now, you're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Not seeing much out there for this morning. And a little bit later today, in fact, not even a little bit later today, more like for this evening, could see some low-end chances of rainfall. It's definitely not going to be a washout for today. In fact, I'm thinking the Tri-City's probably going to stay dry throughout the course of today, but again, it turns a little bit different for this evening and for tonight. Here's that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. Thunderstorms going to be likely today up in the Cascades. Highs around 60 for Snoqualmie Pass, low 70s in the Kittitas Valley. These gusts between 15 to 25 miles per hour. Also a little bit breezy in the Yakima Valley. Going to see mid 70s up and down the valley. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, some of us around 80 degrees. I'm going a little bit closer to 75 in the Tri-Cities, but these highs pretty on par with what you would expect for this time of the year. 70s and 80s for the foothills and 60s and 70s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. I will show you those precip chances. I'll time it out with Futurecast. I'll tell you how much rainfall we're expecting not only from this storm system, but for the next one. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. It's now time for Consumer Reports. If you're thinking about buying a used car, it may be the best move as the cost of new cars is staying high. But finding a ride that's both reliable and affordable can feel like a gamble. That's why Consumer Reports is looking to experts for advice and also has exclusive data, all to empower you to shop smarter and help you choose a car that best fits your needs and budget. Nadia Torres has more.
With new cars averaging nearly $50,000, buyers like Ali are turning to used to avoid big loans.
I saved about $30,000 doing so. With that money, I got to put towards the vehicle, and I had money left over for other needs.
With about 2 million fewer cars sold in 2021 compared to 2019, the used market today is tighter than usual.
When there aren't many cars available, but lots of people are looking, prices go up. It's supply and demand, so buyers need to be strategic in order to find that good deal.
Even when good used cars are hard to find, as Consumer Reports says, you can still get something safe, dependable, and fuel efficient.
Check the car's vehicle history, look at the model's reliability ratings. If you can, get an independent mechanic to check it out, and take it for a thorough test drive. Doing this up front can save you a lot of money and headaches later on.
Topping a recent CR list of best used cars to buy include the 2019 Toyota Corolla, 2018 Mazda CX-5, and the 2019 Toyota Camry Hybrid. When it comes to paying for a new used car, be careful. The money you save can disappear in the fine print. Right now, the average interest rate on a used car loan, according to Experian, is around 12%.
Even small differences in interest rates can add up over time. So before you go to the dealership, check your credit score, get pre-approved for a loan, put down as much money as you can, and avoid those long-term loans.
To get the best deal, shop around, know the terms before signing, and carefully plan your budget. This is Nadia Torres.
And before you drive off the lot, check the fine print. Consumer Report says hidden costs like reconditioning, licensing, or pricey extended warranties can pile up quickly. Also, don't be afraid to say no. Always ask about anything that doesn't make sense on your bill. All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all right after the break.
Experience the magic of historic downtown Prosser from September 25th to 28th with the Balloon Rally and Street Painting Festival. Watch talented artists bring the streets to life with vibrant chalk art starting Thursday night. Join us Saturday for the grand reveal of the stunning street chalk masterpieces, followed by the mesmerizing night glow of the Balloon Rally. It's a weekend full of color, creativity, and community spirit you won't want to miss. Mark your calendars and come celebrate with us in historic downtown Prosser.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
My name is Isabel Rodriguez. I'm the customer service manager here at Ben Franklin Transit. We do a little bit of everything. We do outreach. We help our riders. We want to give them the information that they need, what routes to look for, how to board our buses, how to pull the cord, and if they're really feeling nervous, our drivers are great resources. We're moving a lot of our most vulnerable community members from point A to point B. It's giving people the freedom to get where they need to get to.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads.
Plus, the local expertise to connect you with new customers. Wherever your market is, we'll get results to build your business. Phase 3 Digital. Contact us today.
We're happy to gift you and your organization $1,000.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. It does your heart good. There's no doubt. Constantly. There's always something going on.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and time out the rest of today and tomorrow with Futurecast radar, and we put this into motion. Come time for lunchtime, looking mostly dry out there. Could have a few sprinkles for our valleys and up in the Cascades as well. Come time for 5 p.m., a little bit more rainfall on the map, mostly around the periphery of our viewing area. Then later in the evening, slightly more widespread chances of rainfall, this time perhaps getting into the valleys, the basin, the foothills. Now by midnight, looking pretty dry out there, but for tomorrow, could have another wave of some rain and some thunderstorms. Tomorrow we're going to start off dry. That next wave around, you see this is around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, starting to bear down on the Cascades. 5 p.m. This is now into the basin, trying to get into the foothills and the Blues. And then come time for, as we're transitioning from Tuesday into Wednesday, looking pretty widespread out there once again. Then there's another storm system we're tracking for Wednesday and Thursday. So just kind of these persistent rain chances throughout much of this week. So the rainfall totals we're expecting for storm system number 1 today and tomorrow between 0.5 to 0.6 inches of rainfall in the Cascades, around 0.2 inches in the Blues, struggling to pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall in between the mountain ranges. Then for Wednesday, here's the breakdown of the precip chances. Thunderstorms looking likely in the Cascades and the Blues, not as likely for the rest of us. Then by Thursday, still thunderstorms likely in the Cascades, much drier for the rest of us. And to tabulate some rainfall accumulations for storm system number 2, at least what models are thinking for now. Once again, around 1/2 inch in the Cascades, a little bit less this time for the Blues, around 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. So just another visualization of this week. Storm system number 1, Monday and Tuesday. Storm system number 2, Wednesday and Thursday. Much drier for the weekend. Not completely dry, though. Could have a few shower chances for both Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures trending down subtly over the next 7 days for the most part. You see no huge swing from day to day, but the overall trend is going to be cooler by about 10 degrees over the next 7 days with 60s and 70s. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry days Monday and Tuesday, then little shower chances for Wednesday and Saturday. In Yakima, 20 to 40% rain chances through Thursday, a break for Friday, then maybe more showers possible this weekend. In Ellensburg, 50-50 chances for a thunderstorm today, small chances for rain for the rest of the week, then trending drier by the weekend. For Hermiston, perhaps a sprinkle today, a better possibility of wet weather on Wednesday, then drier Thursday and beyond. Finally, for Walla Walla, chances for wet weather throughout the week, with the best opportunity for thunderstorms on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. We'll start with the top 5 local stories that you need to know. First up, firefighters continue to battle the Labor Mountain fire along Highway 97, keeping the road closed because of the heavy smoke, falling trees, and rolling rocks. Crews are working to construct containment lines, conduct tactical firing operations, and protect structures in Camuslands, Blewett Pass, and the Valley High neighborhoods. Drones and heavy equipment are being used where visibility allows. And the Wildcat Fire in Yakima and Pierce counties is now under local Type 3 management. Firefighters have completed fuel reduction along Bumping River Road, and they've also built dozer lines to protect Goose Prairie properties. Resources will remain on site to continue protection and monitoring. Kennewick police arrest a man after a hit and run and high-speed chase last night. Officers tried to stop a white Mercedes near North Moraine Street, but the driver sped away, eventually losing control and crashing. The suspect ran from the scene but was later taken into custody along with the second person who helped him flee. The crash caused a temporary power outage on West Clearwater Avenue. And Kennewick police also arrested a man on Saturday after finding his pickup truck fully submerged in a canal on West 19th Avenue. Officers say the driver was still in the truck when they arrived, and after an investigation, they arrested him on suspicion of DUI. And troopers across Washington, Oregon, and Idaho increased DUI patrol shifts this weekend to honor the memory of 27-year-old Christopher Gadd. Gadd was a Washington State Patrol officer who was killed last March when a drunk driver struck his patrol car near Marysville. The campaign called One More Stop is named after his final words before the crash. Officers hope the increased patrols will both commemorate Gadd's service and prevent similar tragedies on the road. And families in Richland, listen to this. The city is temporarily closing the playground at Howard Amon Park today. Officials say the closure will last through October 8th while crews repair cracks in the rubber safety surfacing. Fencing will be placed around the playground, and the work, including the necessary curing process, is weather dependent. The city says the temporary shutdown is necessary to ensure the repairs are done safely for all park visitors. Now to your national headlines this morning. President Trump has promised, quote, something special on a plan for Gaza. The president will meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House today. Despite Trump's projected optimism, Israeli officials say Netanyahu has reservations about the White House's ceasefire and post-war governance plan. That comprehensive plan reportedly would include the release of all hostages held by Hamas. Hamas leaders said on Sunday that it had not received any new proposals for a ceasefire. In your business news, President Trump is calling on Microsoft to fire one of its top executives. Lisa Monaco served as Deputy Attorney General in the Biden administration and was recently hired by Microsoft as President of Global Affairs. In a social media post on Friday, the president called Monaco a, quote, menace to U.S. national security, and he cited the major contracts that Microsoft has with the government. The post ended with Trump saying that, in his opinion, Microsoft should terminate her. Now to your health headlines this morning. Hillshire Brands, the maker of popular meat items, is recalling some of its products. Federal inspectors with the Agriculture Department made that announcement over the weekend. The company says it will recall 58 million pounds of corn dog and sausage on a stick products. The items could contain pieces of wood. The products were sold online and shipped to stores across the country, and the recall came after the company received several complaints. At least 5 people were hurt. Talking sports now, on Sunday Night Football, the Packers and Cowboys played to one of the highest scoring ties in NFL history, ending 40-40. Green Bay kicker Brandon McManus hit a 34-yard field goal as time expired in overtime to lock in the result. It came after the Cowboys opened the extra period with a long drive of their own, and both teams leave Week 4 with the rare tie in a wild back-and-forth battle. And by default, I am a Cowboys fan, so, you know, maybe things will get better.
Did you know that there could be ties in football?
Yes. I know some things about sports. Anyways, we're talking trending.
They're rare. They're rare.
They are. Well, trending this morning, grab your mugs because it's time for your morning cup of joe.
Today is National Coffee Day.
Ooh.
And whether it's that amazing smell, the caffeine kick, or just the ritual, so many of us can't start the day without it.
I am one of them. But the best part, you can actually celebrate with some free or discounted coffee.
That's right. Dunkin' is giving away a free medium hot or iced coffee, but you've got to order through their app. Krispy Kreme is really going big. Free coffee and a free donut of your choice. No purchase necessary.
And if you're a Starbucks loyalist, you'll get 100 bonus points in the app just for buying a brewed coffee of any size. Okay, note to self, I'm going to Starbucks and I'm going to get extra points. And then you get free stuff when you get all those points. So you're not a big coffee drinker, are you?
I'm not.
I don't know how you function.
It's not to be like hoity-toity, I'm better than everyone else.
I think it's great when people don't need coffee.
It's
because
just,
I can't survive.
I know I would get addicted to caffeine, you know, so I'm trying to
I'm an addict,
steer clear. Yeah.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, not all courtrooms are about punishment. Therapeutic courts in Benton and Franklin counties are helping people turn their lives around. And we'll show you how one recent picnic celebrated recovery and the difference these programs are making for families and the community. Also, cuteness overload alert at the Los Angeles Zoo. 2 baby girl chimpanzees are stealing hearts just weeks after arriving. So we'll meet the newest members of the troop and see how proud moms Yoshi and Vindy are showing off their little ones. Love those names. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, we have some cooler and wetter weather for this week. Definitely feeling much more fall-like this week as opposed to last week. What's that?
Weather and sweater weather?
Wetter weather, sweater weather. Yeah, I guess it's both those things in some parts. But anyway, we'll talk about that. We will talk about the updates to the fires burning up in the Cascades. So all that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.